This is my boy Jaylon. He played D3 football at DePaul University in Indiana from Hinsdale South. Tell us a little bit about your football career, how it started, how you got recruited, where you got recruited, why you chose what you did, why did you decide to play college football?
I started playing football in 7th grade just because like I was always like a smaller guy. My mom didn't want me to like take the risk of like potentially getting like really hurt. So 7th grade, I guess. So started playing there. I was a basketball player too. Then once the transition to high school, that's when I figured out football was what was gonna get me to where I wanted to go. So I started getting recruited my junior year, I would say. A lot of it was like smaller schools. Like I did some stuff where like I got like opportunities to take like visits to Clemson and like Northwestern and
I
Georgia
remember
and all
those,
that
yeah.
stuff. That was my sophomore year I did that. And then junior year I started pulling in like the offers from like smaller schools. With COVID, our class was the one that got essentially fucked over the most.
Sports-wise,
Like,
yeah.
sports-wise. So senior year, our football season essentially got shut down, you remember,
Yeah.
during that fall. And so ours was the only season that got pushed into the spring season. And so, but I was recruited and I was already committed too. So during that time when COVID happened, like I kind of had to take my recruitment into my own hands and like
Reach out to coaches.
yeah, like kind of rely on like Twitter and
Yeah.
post like workout videos because like you couldn't really take visits and everything, this and that. And so I had to rely on Twitter, bro. And luckily enough, like one of my workout videos came across the offensive coordinator's page at DePaul, and he started recruiting me from there. And so, that was the guy that I always talked to. His name was Michael Engel. So during that time, I was in between Drake and DePaul. Was talking to the coaches a lot, and I had the interest in going there. Like took a visit, I did everything, and just to see the school too. And that was where I wanted to go. But with COVID, everyone that was essentially in the classes before us that were still in college, they were granted an extra year.
So you knew that your playing time and your opportunity would be not as much. Okay, I got you.
And so
That
like
makes sense.
also with that, Drake was only taking a very small amount from our class. I think it was like 6 people.
Damn.
I eventually just learned like ball is ball, especially talking to my like trainer, DJ King. I'll talk to him a lot, and he always made a statement to me like I can go to a smaller school and be the man and break records and all this stuff. Like if I'm gonna go pro, you ball out, they're gonna find you. Right?
Yeah.
D1, a little like fish in a big pond, and it's like go where you're gonna be most appreciated, not just because of the name of a school. And that's something that stuck with me, and I tell people the same things now. I'm like, D1 isn't everything. Yeah, so I went to DePaul, multiple time all conference player. I was freshman of the year of the conference also. I actually broke a record my freshman year walking in.
All right, boss, stop glazing.
Also, one of the things with going to DePaul, like my coach, he was like, yeah, football is 4 years, but what about your next 40?
Yeah.
And that's something that's big too, is like our number one goal is obviously to get a degree. Like we're not producing
student athletes.
Yeah, we're not producing professional athletes very often, so it's like if you get your degree from DePaul, you're likely going to be all right.
Yeah.
So it's like 4 versus 40, and like football comes to an end, and that's,
It's a great way to look at it. Like, as sad as it might be for some dreams, it's like that's just the truth of it. What's one thing that you think you learned from football, playing collegiate football, that you'll keep with you for the rest of your life?
I think football taught me like how important it is to like adjust. And so the reason I say that is because when you play football, you're not always gonna be like that person on the team. Like essentially other like pieces start to come in, things like that. So that taught me to adjust. Like I was able to learn and like I feel mature a lot more just based off not being selfish. Obviously after like my freshman year, I probably wanted to ball a lot more, like, but then like we started getting more people in, and it wasn't just all about me. There's 10 other people on the field too.
Yeah.
So it's like they were able to help me like realize that, and at the end of the day, like you want to do what's best for the team and like to win. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna get yours.
If you want to win, we can't be just throwing you 80-yard passes every time.
And so it was like
roll the tape. One thing that I feel like it's a big thing that people consider is that like when you're going to decide if you're playing D3, D2, D1, is that D3s are small school, like relatively smaller schools. Difference between me and you is 45,000 people.
Yeah.
how does the school like environment, like talk to me about what you think about your school environment, meeting people, friends, social life, education, just a little bit about that.
So friend-wise, I mean, I walked in with over 100 friends, like just because I was a football player.
Yeah.
And so like right then and there, I knew I'm there early on, like 3 weeks earlier than all the rest of the students. So
Yeah.
like these are the first guys I get to know. And then like social life, like we partied and stuff. Like we had our fun, like actually from my freshman year to like my senior year, my freshman year parties were amazing. Senior year, I was kind of over it.
Freshman year, bro, nothing top. Hey, let me tell everybody now, nothing tops freshman year of college.
Bro, nothing, bro. Like, dude, it was insane. And so social life was good though. Like you know everybody knows you, and it's like you build meaningful connections. Like versus like U of I, you probably see somebody and never see them again. Like
There's a lot of people like that.
like you probably don't even know if they go to the school or not. It's just like
Yeah, never.
it's just like that, bro. And like at the Paul, you see somebody, they go there. Like you're gonna see them at your next.
You're gonna see them next week.
Right, you're gonna see them in the dining hall in the next hour, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's just stuff like that. Like you start to catch on, and you talk to a lot of people, and it just becomes like natural. It's more like just a small environment, like super welcoming.
Community.
Yeah,
That's kind of like what I like to think.
And then like education wise, like smaller classrooms.
How many people? Like, did you ever have like a big lecture with more than 100 people in it?
Hell no.
No. Okay.
Like I think my biggest class was probably like 35 kids, and I think that's pushing it. Like I don't even think there was 30. But like majority of the time, my classes were probably
15,
at most
20.
like 20, like 18, 20 kids.
Yeah.
You build great relationships with your professors.
That's nice.
Like your professors know everyone by name. Like they won't.
First, last, social security, home address.
Nah, literally, bro. Like, and your professors know everybody. So it's like they would never not know. You know, and if somebody's not showing up or anything, like if they care,
they'll see.
Yeah.
And
like,
do you have the same professors? Like for us too, but like, would you have the same professors like multiple times throughout your years?
Yeah. And so just depending on your major.
Yeah.
And so like be in that like department a lot. So a lot like there's literally only four
teachers. No
kinesiology professors.
Damn.
And so like those were like the teachers for everything. And so like you
knew all of them.
Yeah, you knew all of them. Like they knew you knew them, and it was like it was vibes, like, and they were all great professors.
Is there anything you think you would do differently going back? Like I know most people will say no, like me myself say no when I say that, but like I know some people have like maybe I would have done that, maybe I would have done this instead, maybe I would have gone here, maybe I would have talked to these people.
I wouldn't say there's really anything different, but like I think my freshman year, like I would have, and I'm only speaking on my freshman year really. Like I dealt with mental health issues my freshman year, and I just kind of used football as like my outlet. Like I never really talked about it or anything like that. And like now I'm like more open to like talking about it and expressing about it. Like, but nobody ever knew that I went through that, and like I was on the verge of like being kicked out of school because my GPA was so low. Like after that semester, like because I didn't prioritize school.
It was just football.
Year. Yeah, I was literally like football and just going out.
Yeah.
Like I was like fuck this, like just because like I felt like I was so like in that hole that I was just like I didn't really care. So I just prioritized like more so being around people than actually getting shit done.
Focusing on yourself.
And I dealt with that, but I like one thing I would say, like if it were me, like if I can go back, bro, I would have like talked to people more, like
about that.
It. Yeah, like just because like you don't have to like feel like you're isolated, like, and that's what a lot of people do. And like I never really like dealt with that before, especially like being an only child. Like I've never dealt with mental health issues.
I forgot you're an only child.
Yeah, like I've never dealt with mental health issues until my freshman year of college, and so it was like it was new to me. But like I had football, so like
that was your thing.
That was my thing.
Yeah, that was
like once I had football, I was like, hey, let's go. And so like realistically, that would be the only thing I would like ever just go back and change, just because like I feel like I wasn't verbal about it, like, and then I finally started talking to my coaches about it because they're like, Jaylon, what's going on? Like they'll talk to me and stuff, and
they noticed.
Yeah, like they noticed, and it was like, especially when I was on the verge of being kicked out of the school, because like the admissions is going to them and talking to my coaches and like telling them like, hey,
he can't play football.
Like, this kid is gonna be like kicked out of the school. Like you probably should talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, and they're like, we can't let that happen. So they, went to bat for me and everything like that. And then after that, like that next semester, I made dean's list.
Damn.
Pulled my
Quick
D3.
turnaround.
Yeah, like I finished my major like early. I wasn't supposed to finish it early, but I actually did because I like.
You locked the fuck
Yeah,
in, bro. Locked the fuck in.
And so loaded everything up too, and just grinded it out. I was like, you know what, this is what I came here for at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then when I got my ankle injury, I was like,
Football's, that's it. Yeah,
like,
football's past you,
So it's like, do what I got to do now so I'm good later.
Yeah.
And once I finally locked in
And hey, look, it worked out. Now you're going fucking Pitt for grad school.
Yeah.
You played your football. You did everything. You had a pro day. You had, everything. You had the experience. You had the opportunity. You took advantage of everything you were given. So, it's good to see that.
Yeah. So it's really no like other way. Like, I wouldn't have gone to another school. Like, DePaul was perfect. I mean, 4-time conference champ. And it's just like.
So does that mean you got 4 rings?
Yeah. Yeah. And so.
Fuck this guy.
They're like fat as hell too.
All right, bro.
They're sitting on my dresser at home. But
that's fire, dude. That's awesome. I appreciate you taking the time to this workout with me, man.
Of course, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, bro. All right, I just got back from filming my workout with Jaylon. Appreciate him taking the time out of his day, film that workout. We had some issues scheduling it, but glad we figured it out. I'm going to get that edited. It's going to take a little while. We still got a couple videos to finish editing. But I'm going to throw his socials in here. He's a great athlete. He was great at what he did. He was a great basketball, great football, great track runner. As you heard him say, you will hear him say. He said that he was, second place in the state, and I didn't know that. But he was awesome. Workout was great. Great to see that. He's doing good things, so I'm happy for him. Just glad to, get to talk to him before he heads out to Pitt. But, I hope you guys enjoy the video. And leave any comments, any suggestions, any people, any athletes that you want me to try and reach out and see what I can do with them. As always, don't forget to have a great day and keep launching towards your dreams. Peace.